Welcome in, everyone, to Georgia-Alabama Sports Live coverage of the GIAA 4A State Championship Playoff Series here, semifinals. We have Brookstone, the number 2 seed Cougars, trying to go for a three-peat and make it back to Statesboro with the home of the GIAA State Championships, taking on number 3 seed Stratford and legendary GHSA, longtime GHSA coach Berryville. You'll be hearing from me and, of course, the guy himself. It's the legend, Mike Peacock. Mike, what are you looking forward to with this one, man?
Well, Thrift, you know, Brookstone has been here their third year in a row, looking to get back to the championship for the third time. And they've got the experience. They've got a lot of players that have played on these past two teams that are out here today. And Stratford up and coming, third seed in the tournament. I look for a hard-fought game against two really good baseball teams here this afternoon.
I'll tell you, there has been a weather delay. The first game was supposed to start at 2:30, but rain and lightning prolonged it, so we'll at least get one in. Brookstone doesn't have any lights, so we'll at least get one game in. And then hopefully we'll see when games 2 and 3, probably going to be early tomorrow. If necessary, was planned for 2 o'clock tomorrow, but if they have to get game 2 in as well, they may be going even earlier. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll got more here. Live from Brookstone, A. Ilges Field, Cougars and Stratford on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid. I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck? Costello.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. You see it and answer the thirst, but never thirsty. Sprite, the clear favorite.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
We're back here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. Thrift Behringer, Mike Peacock, Brookstone, and Stratford. Game 1, semifinals. Winner to take on either FPD or Athens Christian. Mike, starting lineups for both teams.
Let's start for Stratford, leading off the catcher Jet Johnson, batting second to shortstop Bobby Wooten. Batting third, the right fielder Brooks Stella. Batting fourth, that's second base Jackson Justice. Batting fifth, the center fielder Tucker Johnston. Batting sixth, the first baseman Tate Johnston. Batting seventh, the third baseman Colton Whittington. Batting eighth, the designated hitter Kason Mann. And batting ninth and pitching Hayden Camps. Starting in left field and playing defense only to begin the game here for Stratford is Ellis Bridges. Now the starting lineup for the Cougars of Brookstone, the home team here in game 1. Leading off and catching. An interesting fact here, not too often you see two teams with their catcher as their leadoff hitter, but that's what we've got here in this game, as Gray Jones, the catcher, will lead off for Brookstone. Batting second to shortstop, Brennan Neal. Batting third at third base, Jake Lowry. Batting fourth and playing left field, Harrison Baker. Batting fifth and pitching, Luke Lowry. Batting sixth at first base, Luke Veal. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Mitchum Kelly. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Dylan Johnson. And batting ninth, the center fielder, Jake Griffin. Playing right field today for the Cougars, Hudson Kuhn. He'll be playing defense only.
We'll do the national anthem and
Yeah, my eraser is by your foot.
Welcome back, everyone. Britt Behringer, Mike Peacock, Jake Lowry. He's on, Luke Lowry. He's on the mound. He started game one against Brookstone. Pitched well in that one. Him and Brennan were able to get that game one victory over Calvary last week. He has been their go-to guy all year long. Cougars come in 24-6 on the year, 10-2 in region play. Luke 7-1 on the year, 2.68 ERA. The senior trying to cement his legacy along with Harrison Baker and Luke Vale and Gray Jones, Jake Lowry, Hudson Kuhn, guys that are trying to go as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, senior class with 3 state championships. Now let's talk about Stratford. The Eagles come in on the season 21-8. They've flirted with number 1 and number 2 all year long. Hit a spell about towards the end of the season where they lost 4 or 5 games, Mike, and that's when Brookstone was able to jump them in the standings. I do think Brookstone should have been the number 2 seed regardless if Stratford would have lost those games or not, because they were the defending state champion and they should be hosting all the way until the state championship, but it worked out in the end. Mike, how do you think Brookstone needs to go about this, knowing how good Stratford was last week, run ruling Bethlehem Christian 11-0, 10-0? I feel like getting off to a good start is very important.
Well, it is, and you know, I think Greg Mathis has told his team that they've gotten this far by being who they are, and they're not going to change anything coming into today. They have played the game, and they have been consistent all year long doing what they do, and I don't think you're going to see very much different here today. They're going to play hard. They're going to pitch well. They're going to play good defense, and they're going to hit when they need to, and that's what they've done all season long, and it's led them to this point.
Leading off is Jet Johnson, who played on the football team. And speaking of which, these two schools face off against each other in Macon earlier this year for the football state championship, and Stratford won a thriller 12-7. Some of these players, including Jet, as that one's hit up the middle and past the diving attempt. Brennan Neal, he gets on with a single. A lot of these players are familiar with each other back in football, and I know for the Cougars, they would love nothing more than to get that bad taste out of their mouth from last time they played in the playoffs. Coming up to bat now is Bobby Wooten. Last year, Luke, I think one of the more significant moments of the baseball playoffs, not just for Brookstone, but for everyone around our area during Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, when he threw a no-hitter in a Game 3 in the semifinals against Bullock. That hit to, holy smokes, look at the play by Neal on the run, but it does get past Luke Vale. The bounce kind of caught him off guard, looks like, Mike, and now runners on the corners already for Stratford.
Well, that should be an infield hit right there.
Would you give it a hit?
Yeah,
I know he makes
it
look easy. But
he was deep in the hole over there, and he just couldn't get his body righted to make a strong throw across, and it was a little bit low. Vale wasn't able to pick it. You know, if I'm scoring the game, I'm giving him an infield hit right there, but you got to give an error on him going to third.
I definitely would have gave a hit too, Mike. I'm glad we scored the same way. I saw Glenwood State Championships. They were not they were very stingy when it came to giving hits. There were a lot of errors being put on the board that I thought even if he was able to make a good play, the guy would have been saved at first. Runner goes, and he throws behind Brooks Stella, the junior who's coming up. Talking to Berryville, he took over this program a few years ago. The AD, legendary coach in the GHSA, came over to Stratford trying to rebuild this program back up, a program that has had success in their history. And he's got a bunch of juniors on here. So the future is bright, especially for next year for Stratford. Runners on second and third, 2-0 count to Brooks, and he pops that one up. And out of play will be 2-1.
Lowry taking a little time to get going here.
Luke, and that one will be hit
And they'll gladly give up a run for an out here, Thrift, if they can get a ground ball and get an out, or, you know, better yet, if he can get a pop-up or a strikeout here, keep the ball in the infield and keep the runners off, keep a run from scoring, and try to get it to 2 outs without allowing anything. And then you can breathe a little bit better.
2-2. 3-2. Low inside. Full count to Brookstone. On deck is Jackson Justice. Guess what? Another one of those juniors.
Yep.
We got quite a few of them. There's only 3 seniors on the entire roster for Stratford.
That bodes well for their future, that's for sure.
I love the uniform combinations for both these teams right now. That one is ball 4. You got pinstripes with the gray gray jersey and uniforms with the blue pinstripes for Stratford with their, and then you Brookstone, it's the same thing, but white with their color blue.
I tell you, Thrift, I know the bases are loaded here in the first inning with nobody out, but the walk right there is not necessarily a bad thing because now you have a force everywhere.
Yep. And that one will just miss. We got past the rain. Again, this is only game 1. We were thinking game 2 would be starting right now. Bases are loaded. Vale and Jake Lowry in on the corners. Nice stop by Gray Jones.
Yeah, that was a nice, quick move by Gray Jones to come out from behind the plate and make sure that one didn't get to the backstop. Not a lot of room behind home plate here,
right,
and the ball will come back to the catcher, but that one was headed with spin of a breaking ball. No telling where that carom would have gone, and they probably would have scored a run.
2-0. Fouled back again, 2-1. Two-one pitch.
Good.
In there for a strike.
Slow breaking ball right there.
Mike,
just found the zone.
One thing you are really good at, and Day Plata, is eyeing pitches. What do you look for when you're trying to find what are they throwing?
Well, you look for movement on the ball. You look for a change in speeds, and that'll tell you a lot. That was a fastball.
And it's hit up the middle, and he tried to pick at it. Brennan Neal did. It's going to bring in 1 run and 2 runs. And, Mike, I will say that may be an E there.
Nah, that's –
Or you think that's a hit as well?
That's a hit. It was too far up the middle, and he was just off the end of his glove. And
he tried to pick at it almost. He tried to, like, stab at it, and
it almost looked like he was trying to make a quick play with a glove Thrift where he could maybe swat it over towards second base and get a force there. Maybe start a double play, but he was stretched out and just barely got the end of his glove. That's another hit, and that'll be 2 RBIs. And despite the throwing error that moved a runner up, all these runs are earned here in the first inning.
Sophomore Tucker Johnston up to bat. Runners on the corners and nobody out here for Luke Lowry. Not the start you were expecting from him and the Cougars. We're on Middle Georgia Sports Live and Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're Simulcast, Mike. We love doing that. That goes beyond the runner. And a great jump that's going to lead to a stand-up run by Brookstone. And it's already 3-0, and now we got a time. And Luke's got to settle down a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the second breaking pitch that he threw behind a left-handed hitter there. And that's what I was talking about on the pitch before when Gray Jones made the block on the breaking ball. That one got off the ground and into the net and caromed away from the plate and didn't stay in that small distance behind the plate and allowed the runner to score.
It's already 3-0. Only runner on base right now for Stratford is Jackson Justice. He's at second. So 1-0 count to Tucker Johnston.
Lowry's just got to settle here and get into his rhythm. He's probably coming in a little bit tight, a little bit nervous. He shouldn't. He's an experienced pitcher.
Right.
But you know, when you get to this point of the season, Thrift, it's hard not to.
Yeah, but as I made mention, as a bunt was tried to put down by Jackson, is last year Luke in a Game 3, Bullock Academy semifinal winner to the state championship, he threw a no-hitter in a 10-0 win. That's valuable experience. He also got some experience in that Synovus game. So the guy has it, but again, we are still talking about 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Even with the experience, they're prone to mistakes. Even grown people do that, Mike.
No doubt. And he's just, right now he's just holding on to the ball. He's probably maybe squeezing the ball a little tight.
You think that comes from frustration, or what do you think? Or do you think it could be because of the
could be the
weather?
humidity.
Yeah.
You might not have a good feel for the ball right now because the air's just thick out here right now.
2-1. That one's going to be lined to Neal again. He'll collect it cleanly, throw to first in time, and finally an out for the Cougars. But it will bring a runner over to third with one down. And number 8, Tate Johnston, another sophomore. So we got juniors and sophomores up and down the lineup for Coach Berryville and the Stratford Eagles. Played in the same region as the number 1 seed FPD. They got swept by FPD. Lost to them both times. They're strike one. Seems like FPD's had no issue with anyone in the GIAA except one school in the last 2 years, and that is Brookstone.
They are quite loaded over there for sure.
No doubt. Ranked top 10 in the state. That one's popped up to the center fielder. Looks like he is going to tag. Throw is not going to be in time, and the Eagles put up 4 on the board here in the 4th. 2 are down. And that's a good piece of hitting there, Mike, to bring in the run.
Yeah, it was. That's what you want to do. That's what you want out of that hitter. Get something in the air to the outfield, give the run a chance to score. He got it deep enough to score the run, and it's 4-0.
Colton Winnington up the bat. He'll take it high and inside. That one's going to be jammed inside. Luke Vale's going to make the over-the-shoulder catch. But damage was done, though, in the first by Stratford. 4 runs on 4 hits, none left stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the first. The Eagles lead the Cougars in Game 1 of the GIAA 4A State Semifinal here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Trucks and more trucks. Check them all out at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Truck Month means huge selection and savings on all GMC 1500s and 2500 HDs. Just look at the selection with great finance rates from 2.9%. Plus giant discounts on GMC Canyon Elevation, AT4s, and Denali's.
We've got your new ride ready to roll here at Glenn Smith.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Perdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor?
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Welcome back, everyone. The senior Gray Jones will lead it off, batting .363 on the year, 41 hits. He leads the team, and he is going to try to get it started here, the catcher for the Cougars. That one low to start it off, ball one. On the mound for the Stratford Eagles is Hayden Camps. Finally a senior, because the entire lineup was full of sophomores and juniors. In the senior camp, we'll have a 2-0 count to Gray Jones. And Gray Jones will have 3-0 count. Thrift Behringer, Mike Peacock here. Get used to Mike. He'll be here with you all series long, and I know you've been looking forward to this one. It's going to be a fun one. We got two legendary coaches. Yeah. We got Greg Mathis, Berryville. What's funny is that one's finally in there for a strike. We were talking with AD Jamie Williams. He said assistant coach Bobby Howard, longtime GHSA coach, says him and Barry were reminiscing on the old battles they used to have back in the day. Pretty cool moment. 3-1, and that's going to be a leadoff walk for Gray Jones. Here's Brennan Neal, going to Auburn next year, batting .422 on the year.
Actually, year after next.
Year after next, excuse me. He's still a junior. We still got another year of this young man. 6 home runs. Second on the team in hits at 35. He's second in RBIs at 23. He leads the team in triples and runs. The young man is full of potential. He's had an incredible year as a leader and athlete for this Cougars baseball program, and he hit a massive home run last week in Game 3 against Calvary in that 6th inning. The shot heard around the world, almost throws a bunt down there, takes strike one.
You showed it just to get the defense thinking about it.
Yep.
You wouldn't think this kind of hitter would be dropping a bunt down here, but that's what they need to do sometimes.
I think it's a mind game for Brennan, and he'll take ball one. Neal been a contributor with this team since he was a freshman. They pitched him as a freshman against FPD 2 years ago, and now as a junior, he's become one of the best players in this area. And he'll swing and miss at that one.
Good sweeper right there, sweeping curveball from Camps.
You just think it's going to be a strike, and it just takes that dive. 1-2, time is called.
It was almost the same pitch, Thrift, as the previous ball that was just off the plate outside that Neal held up on, and he committed to that one, and it broke well off the plate and down.
And fouled off of Neal's leg. It will be, again, 1-2 to be Neal. Is that A.T. Williams, Neal? Fantastic linebacker on one of my favorite Auburn teams in 2004. They went undefeated. And, by the way, national champs. You ain't going to tell me otherwise, Mike.
And, there seems to be precipitation dropping again.
Rain, but they don't care about the rain.
No. The rain is
they only care about.
Rain is not the bad thing. We're not going to even mention that word that they care about.
I just knocked on wood 6 times.
We're not going to say anything
I just made Beth Leatherwood knock on wood, too. Everybody's knocking on wood. Jamie Williams is knocking on wood right now. We're not going to have it. We're going to play this game. It's 2-2. Pitch to Neal, and what do you call that, Mike?
You call that a timeout called and given by the umpire right at the last second.
Tell me as a pitcher.
It makes you mad.
Mike, tell me as a former guy that played baseball.
I can tell you from experience it makes you mad.
And he does take it off the elbow. Yep, and that's why you have that elbow guard, because you heard it.
They're going to keep him here because he chicken winged it.
So you're saying they're not allowed to put their arm into a pitch. And Coach Mathis cannot agree with that.
They cannot move their arm forward from their body, and actually Brennan did that. And he just moved his arm forward a little bit, and the umpire made the judgment that he if he had just normally turned, it would not have hit him. There's always going to be opposition to that call.
Yeah.
And we have no video replay here in high school, so you know, it's
judgment.
It's
I can
the
see
umpire's
either way.
judgment. Yep.
I would probably lean to a hit because I'm pro Brookstone, but that's just me, Mike. That he got hit, but either way, he's got to go up the bat now. Pitch and fouled back. When you have that happen, Mike, as a hitter, what's the mindset you have to kind of let that not frustrate you?
Well, you
move on to the next pitch.
You got to have amnesia, Thrift. You got to put that behind you, and you got to look for the next pitch and continue that at bat.
2-2.
That's
and they got him strike 3. They got him looking, and Brennan can't believe the call. May have been a little low, but he's setting the precedent now. As long as he's consistent with both teams,
Correct.
I don't care about the strike zone as long as you're consistent.
If you are a coach or a player in this game, and that's exactly what you're looking for, Thrift, is consistency. Don't give that pitch now and take it away later.
Jake Lowry will come up the bat now. Jake, the senior, batting .365. He has 1 home run. He leads the team in RBIs, though, batting 3rd. Jones on first, got on with a walk. 0-1 pitch to Jake Lowry. Jake will take ball 1.
Breaking pitch stayed up in the zone, kind of came around the plate there.
1-1. High bouncer that will go down the left field line and foul.
Well, if he could have kept that fair, that would have been trouble down the left field line. No way the third baseman was going to make a play on that with the high hop. Kind of surprising to see a high hop like that, too, after some rain today. And
no doubt.
I think the field might be a little bit softer.
He would just die into the grass.
That took a really high hop.
1-2. High, 2-2.
There's a ball.
Yep. You noticed it immediately, Mike. What did he do wrong?
I think either his shoulder twitched like he was going to go to first. It was just a very small move, but any move like that is deceiving, and it's going to be called. These umpires are eagle eye looking for that. So any false movement going to get the ball called.
2-2 to and Jake Lowry goes down swinging, and there's 2 down. 2 big-time strikeouts for the senior from Stratford and Hayden Camps. And now coming up the bat will be Harrison Baker. He had an incredible game 3 against Calvary, 3 of 4 in that one, multiple RBIs. Harrison batting .286 on the year, 2nd in the team with 5 home runs. Baker will watch that one in the dirt. Ball 1.
Camps seems to be a savvy type pitcher, Thrift. He doesn't have a ton of velocity. He's got just enough to sneak a fastball on you, and he throws an array of different pitches, changeup, sweeper, maybe a tighter breaking pitch. There's a fastball, and he snuck that one by Harrison Baker. But it seems like what he throws moves, and Brookstone's going to have to adjust to that movement.
1-1 to Harrison Baker. Gets past the catcher. That will move Jones. A pinch runner who's in, and he's safe. Not mistaken.
Courtesy runner for the catcher.
And that's Kite Wilson. I think that's 18, not 10. Don't think Ben Ivy was a pitcher.
You're right.
Yeah. So Wilson. On third, 2-1 pitch to Baker. Baker watches it again, 3-1. We're presented by Mike Costello Law Firm, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, GMC, Coca-Cola, and Houston Clinic. On Gas Live.
Harrison Baker can be Very selective right here, Thrift. He can look for a pitch and a place to drive the ball. Doesn't have to swing well ahead of the count.
3-1. And strike two.
A little bit on the upper side of the zone.
And
there,
I was going to say, but again, I don't have a problem with a high and wide strike zone. As long as it's consistent.
Correct.
Thank you, Mike. Every day of the week. I'm okay with making them swing the bat. Full count. Ball four. Now, Luke Lowry, the starting pitcher, will come up to bat. And Luke's batting .312. He's got 4 doubles on the year. And trying to help his calls out with 2 down to start here in the first. Stratford put 4 runs off 4 hits in that first inning. We said Cougars have, I don't think we gave them here. We said 2 hits on both the tough plays, and there were all earned runs.
There was a throw in there to take an extra base, but, you know.
All the runners were on earned.
That ended up not having an effect on the rest of the inning. So.
And that one's going to be hit right to the third baseman. He'll throw over to first in time, and 2 runners are going to be left stranded. Stratford leads Brookstone 4-0 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at mycostelolawfirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck? Costello.
Listen up. This isn't some fast food nonsense. Our kitchen runs full tilt because shortcuts, not our thing. Those jar desserts, made by hand. Our cayenne ranch doesn't make itself. Our tenders are real tenderloin. Not like the other guys. Nope. We put the work in early. We brine. We buttermilk. We hand bread. Our cooked-to-order tenderloins rule the roost. It's real. Handmade.
Back here at Brookstone, top of the second inning. And Stratford has taken a 4-0 lead with 4 runs in the top of the first. They come in at 21-8 on the season. The number 3 seed. Luke Lowry. First one bounced. Going to be taken, thrown across. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that is the way Luke Lowry needed to start this second inning for Brookstone. And now the pitcher, Hayden Camps, will come up. Number 9 hitter in the order, so the top of the order, and leadoff hitter Jet Johnson on deck for Stratford. Camps, a right-handed hitter. The pitch stays high for ball 1. The pitch coming on the inside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke Lowry like nothing more than to have a quick inning right here in inning number 2. Get his team back swinging the bats. And here is a fly ball that's going to be back behind us here, out of play. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Lowry, again, where you want to be as a pitcher, you want to be working ahead. Goes from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch popped up again back here to our right. Over into the crowd, catches one of the trees here close by. And here's a high fly ball out to center field. Center fielder stumbles for a moment but recovers and makes the play, and there are 2 away. So Jake Griffin out in center field, when he started, he sort of looked like a cartoon character. His feet were going fast, but he wasn't going anywhere, and he went down. But he recovered, got up, got to the fly ball, had plenty of time. It was a high fly ball, had plenty of time to get to it and make the catch. And there are 2 away here in the second. In the top of the order, Jet Johnson, who led off with a single in the first inning. A pitch away, 4-1. The 1-0 pitch, breaking pitch stays up. Not sure if Lowry's throwing a slider or if that's a curveball that just didn't snap. Could be throwing a cutter, but it had a little break to it. And that one's driven out to right field. The right fielder turns, but he's going to get there and make the catch. That ball was hit hard by Jet Johnson, but not hard enough. And that'll do it for Stratford in the second inning. 3 batters come to the plate, and 3 batters are retired. A good, quick inning, exactly what the doctor ordered for Luke Lowry and Brookstone. The Cougars coming to the plate in the bottom of the second when we return on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Listen up. This isn't some fast food nonsense. Our kitchen runs full tilt because shortcuts, not our thing. Those jar desserts, made by hand. Our cayenne ranch doesn't make it so. Our tenders are real tenderloin. Not like the other guys. Nope. We put the work in early. We brine. We buttermilk. We hand bread. Our cooked-to-order tenderloins rule the roost. It's real. Handmade.
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
Back here at Brookstone, semifinal round GIAA baseball playoffs. And Luke Vale will lead off for Brookstone. He comes in 227 on the season. Stands in from the right side against Camps. First pitch on the way, fouled off into the screen right behind the plate, and it's 0-1. Camps had a couple of walks in that first inning. Brookstone did not get a hit in their turn at bat in the first inning, but they did have a couple of base runners via the walk. But for the most part, Camps has filled up the strike zone pretty well. That one's down low, 4-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery. And Vale Saw that one. He had a good view of that one, but it was probably ball 2. But he turned on it and fouled it down the third base side. It was up and in. Got good bat on it. But it's a ball and 2 strikes now. Bale, the first baseman for the Cougars. Camps, the 1-2 delivery. Breaking pitch, grounded out to short, fielded. The throw across is a good one. And there's one away. Shortstop Bobby Wooten handling that one. Good, strong throw across. And there's one away, and that'll bring up Mitchum Kelly. Kelly, a heck of a good receiver on the football team. Good speed. And has had a good season on the diamond as well. .250 batting average, 16 RBIs, 2 doubles, 2 homers. The pitch ripped foul over past the Stratford dugout. One ball and 1 strike. Camps, the wind and the pitch. Down low, good take from Mitchum Kelly right there. That was a breaking pitch, and he saw it going down and took it low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The one thing Camp is doing right now is he's kind of keeping the Brookstone hitters off balance. They're not sure what's coming, and they haven't quite gotten into a groove of finding it out of his hand yet. Breaking pitch stays inside and low, and it's 3-2. Kelly stands back in there. Camp's working quickly. The payoff pitch. Strike 3 called, a good breaking pitch. That one just sort of froze Mitchum Kelly there. And there's 2 away. And Dylan Johnson, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. He wears the number 2. And Johnson on the season hitting .303 with 3 doubles and 5 RBIs. Swing and a miss at an elevated fastball, and it's 0-1. So both pitchers have gotten into a little bit of a groove here in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch, strike 2 called at the knees, and it's 0-2. Camps, he's pitching a game like I like to see a guy pitch a game. You get your sign, you throw the pitch. Fouled off, and it'll remain no balls, 2 strikes. Dylan Johnson going to have to battle for his at bat here. Behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Camps, the pitch, swing and a miss, breaking pitch, and he's tagged out. And down goes Brookstone in the second inning. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the third inning of play. It's Stratford 4, Brookstone nothing. We'll be back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live in a moment.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Trucks and more trucks. Check them all out at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Truck Month means huge selection and savings on all GMC 1500s and 2500 HDs. Just look at the selection with great finance rates from 2.9%. Plus giant discounts on GMC Canyon Elevation, AT4s, and Denali's.
We've got your new ride ready to roll here at Glenn Smith.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
Back here in Columbus, top of the third inning, Bobby Wooten, Brooks Stella, and Jackson Justice will be the first three hitters for Stratford. Wooten singled back in the first inning and scored one of those 4 runs. And Lowry's first pitch to him is outside and gets by the catcher. 4-1. Finally, a little breeze starts to blow again. We need it. The 1-0 pitch, driven out to center field, going back and settling under it is Jake Griffin out there. And one batter, one out again here in the third inning. And Brooks Stella will step up, the right fielder for Stratford. He wears 0 as his numeral on his jersey. First pitch to him stays inside, 4-1. Lowry, the 1-0 pitch. That one's outside, 2-0. Lowry has the sign. And the pitch. Another fly ball. This one, though, is not going to get to the outfield grass. And Mitchum Kelly will take care of that one out at second base. And there are 2 away. And Jackson Justice will step to the plate for Stratford. Justice also had a single, drove in 2. Here's a ground ball to third. Throw across is a good one. And 6 in a row retired now. Actually, if you go back to the first inning, that is 9 straight hitters retired now for Luke Lowry since giving up the 4 runs in the first. A good sign for Brookstone that Lowry may have gotten into a little bit of a groove. Now the offense needs to get into a groove as we go to the bottom of the third inning. It's 4-0 Stratford. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live in just a moment.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet.
Truck Month is now at Glenn Smith in Opelika. We've got fresh new Silverado 1500s and 2500 HDs arriving daily. Plus, you'll get 0% financing on Silverado 1500s right now. Drive Chevy Equinox models from 3.9 financing. But wait, that's not all.
Enjoy no payments for 90 days.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Back here in Columbus, campus of Brookstone School, A.L. Field. And leading off for Brookstone will be Jake Griffin, and behind him will be Gray Jones and Brennan Neal, the top of the order here in the third. Cougars trying to get on the board. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes ball one. Griffin hits from the left side. Brookstone needs base runners. And that one drifts outside, a little arm side movement on that pitch. Might have been a changeup from Camps. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, that's a fastball on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike now. The wind and the 2-1. Strike 2 called. Little sinker action on that one. Started it inside. It moved back over the inside corner at the knees. A really good pitch from Camps, and now the count is even at 2-2. The wind and the pitch. Fouled off. And Griffin stays alive there with 2 strikes. Camps works quickly. The 2-2 delivery. Up high, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Griffin working here in this at bat. Fouled off a pitch with 2 strikes. Now he's got it to 3-2. Trying to get something through a hole and get a base runner. The pitch. Ripped up the middle. And there's the first hit of the game for the Cougars. Number 9 hitter Jake Griffin sends it right back through the box for a single. And that'll bring the top of the order up in Gray Jones. Jones walked in the first inning, got as far as third base and was stranded there. He was balked to second and went to third on a wild pitch and ended up still standing there at the end of the inning. Brennan Neal will be on deck. Brookstone trying to get something going here offensively, trying to get that motor started on the offensive side. First pitch, fouled off the right side, out of play. And it's 0-1. Griffin with the lead at first. The pitch. Ripped up the middle. That's going to be base hit number 2. Back-to-back singles for Griffin and Gray Jones. And it's station to station, but that's okay. You can't put together a big inning without base runners. And the courtesy runner comes back, Kite Wilson. I believe I'm right on that. Let me make sure. Yep, Kite Wilson is the courtesy runner for Gray Jones. First and second now for Brendan Neal. He struck out looking back in the first. And he looks at strike 1 on the inside corner. That was a little slider or cutter type action on that pitch. It just had just enough break to get over the inside corner. And it's 0-1. The pitch down low and in. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Neal, team leader at .422 on the season. Camps slowed down a little bit now. He's been working quickly the entire game, and now with 2 runners aboard, he has slowed the pace. He has a sign. The 1-1 pitch. And Neal was out in front of that one. Took a little off of that. I don't know if it was a breaking pitch or a changeup, but he had Neal out in front. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. So Brennan Neal will go into battle mode here with 2 strikes in this at bat. The 1-2 pitch from Camps. Just low. Catcher framed that one, made it look a little bit better than it was. He brought that one up a tad. Sat it there for the umpire to see, but he had seen that it was a little low. And it's 2-2. The pitch. And this time he was in the box and he gets hit by the pitch. That's the second time. If you may remember, back in the first inning, he was actually hit by a pitch, but the umpire ruled that he sort of chicken winged it a little bit and got the elbow out over the plate. This one, he stayed his ground and didn't stick his arm out or make any indication that he was sticking his arm out, and reaches on the hit by pitch. And so, with nobody out here in the 3rd inning, the bases are full of Cougars. And Jake Lowry is at the plate. First pitch, grounded, slow roller. Neal, a great job of hurdling the baseball out there. And so that moves everybody up a base and drives in the game's first run, but it is a ground out. So it's 4-1 now, and Brookstone is on the board. And better news is they've got 2 runners in scoring position for Harrison Baker. So 1 away here in the 3rd. Brookstone finally in the run column. The pitch to Harrison Baker is a breaking pitch, and it caught him somewhere right around the 8 on the back of his jersey. And he'll go down to first and reload the bases now for Luke Lowry. And here comes Coach Veal out to the mound for a visit. Going to bring the whole infield in and talk about things a little bit with the bases loaded. Harrison Baker glad that was a curveball because it didn't have as much juice on it when it caught him in the middle of the back. You'll gladly take curveballs. That's what you want to get hit with. Curveball or a knuckleball. You want to get hit by one of those. You don't want to get hit by that fastball. The meeting has broken up at the mound. Again, there is 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The tying run is at first base for Brookstone here. The go-ahead run is at the plate in the form of Luke Lowry, the opposing pitcher. So number 12 pitching to number 12. The first pitch, outside, ball 1. And the students from Brookstone got the cowbells going. You can hear in the background. Camps into the stretch. The 1-0 pitch, down low, ball 2. First time really that Camp has had pressure on him in this game. The 2-0 pitch, strike 1 called. Good pitch there. And Lowry chose to take that one. And it's 2 balls and a strike. He's still ahead in the count. Camps into the stretch, the 2-1. Off the plate outside, it's 3-1. And Camps wanted that call, but it was off the plate outside. Did not catch the plate. And it's 3-1. Lowry in the driver's seat in the count. And he takes strike 2. That one was over the plate. It was on the high side of the zone, but I believe it was a strike. It was below the letters, and it's 3-2. So now, nobody out, but we'll see how big of a jump the runners get. They'll get a big secondary, but they won't take off like they would with 2 outs. The pitch, down low, ball 4, and there's another run. Good at bat for Luke Lowry to get the RBI via the walk. And it's 4-2, and Brookstone still has the bases loaded with only 1 out. And that'll bring up Luke Vale, the first baseman. And Brookstone is perfectly content to go station to station here right now. Something in the outfield grass has the potential to tie the game. First pitch, and he hit him again. The 3rd hit batter of the inning, and an RBI the hard way for Vale. It's 4-3. The tying run is now at 3rd base. The go-ahead run in scoring position at 2nd base as the bases remain loaded. Coach Greg Mathis is going to employ a little strategy here. He's going to use a pinch runner or a courtesy runner for his pitcher out at 2nd base. He didn't put him on there at 1st base. You don't have to. You can employ that courtesy runner anytime you want to. And that is going to be number 6 for the Cougars, Jack Jones. So Jack Jones, the courtesy runner. And the pitch is outside to Mitchum Kelly. 1 ball, no strikes. Kelly was a strikeout-looking victim back in the 2nd inning. Has a chance to do some damage here with 1 out. The 1-0, down low, ball 2. Camps has gone from sailing along, being in control, to having a little bit of problem with command here in this 3rd inning. Ground out to 2nd. So 3 hit batters and 2 hits. They have Brookstone at 4-3 now. And Mitchum Kelly ahead in the count, 2-0. Mini meeting between the catcher and pitcher. And Kelly steps back in. The 2-0 pitch, ball 3. No, I'm sorry. The umpire delayed right there. I didn't think he was going to call it, and he took a long time to call that a strike. It was a borderline pitch, but he called it on the outside corner, and it's 2-1. Kelly back in there. The 2-1 pitch, down low, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. So Mitchum Kelly can be selective here. He doesn't have to swing at anything. He can look for a pitch that he wants in a spot that he wants on this count. The 3-1, inside, ball 4, and there's the tying run. And the 9th hitter of the inning comes to bat for Brookstone in the person of Dylan Johnson. Johnson struck out swinging in the 2nd. It is a brand new ball game here, 4-4. And there's a ground ball up the middle. Wooten's going to field it, step on 2nd. He's going to throw to 1st and complete the double play. A nice play by Bobby Wooten. So in the inning, 4 runs for Brookstone on 2 hits. There was a walk, and at the end of that play, 2 runners left on base in the frame. But Brookstone ties it up. We got a brand new ball game going to the top of the 4th. It's 4-4. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck? Costello.
Back here in a very humid and warm Columbus, Georgia, after the rains came through earlier, and thankfully we've got a break in the weather. The clouds are still kind of menacing around here, and we're hoping that's not a bad omen. And leading off is Tucker Johnston for Stratford. He takes ball 1 from Luke Lowry. Brookstone answered the 4 runs put up in the first inning by Stratford with 4 of their own in the third. This one fouled off, and it's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch, fouled off again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lowry continues to work ahead. Works from the stretch all the time. The 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch stays down low, bounces up there, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in that kind of summer pattern of weather where the evenings can produce those pop-up storms. Plus, we've got a little system coming in for the weekend that could bring more rain tomorrow. And then Tucker Johnston just hit by the pitch there. So that breaks a string of 9 in a row retired by Luke Lowry. He gave up the 4 runs in the first inning, but then retired 3 in a row to end the first, and then 6 straight in the second and third innings. And Stratford with their first base runner since the first inning here in the 4th with the hit by pitch. And that'll bring up Tate Johnston, the first baseman. Johnston, a sacrifice fly back in the first. He stands in. So Tucker Johnston at first. Good speed. And he fakes going. And then Gray Jones fakes throwing behind him and makes him scurry back to first. And the pitch was a strike. It's no balls and 1 strike. Throw over to first. He's back safely. The 0-1. Bounce back to the pitcher. Goes to second for 1. And over to first. And maybe a little bit of miscommunication about who had the bag back there. as there was a crowd around the second base bag. Mitchum Kelly took it and had to try to make a quick throw, but they could not complete the double play. So the fielder's choice is the first out. And over at first base is Tate Johnston. And then Colton Whittington will come to the plate. Throw over, quick throw over. Fairly close play. First pitch, hit. That's going to get into center field, and that's the first hit since the first inning for Stratford. So a single, just a good piece of hitting there. Just nice, easy stroke, lined it into center field. Thought Brendan Neal was going to have a play there for a second, but it just got just a little bit too high for him to leap and get it. And that puts runners at first and second with one away. And at the plate is Kason Mann, the designated hitter. First pitch to him. Strike one called. Breaking pitch. Lowry the stretch, the pitch, strike two called on the outside corner. Excellent pitch right there, put really good location. And he's way ahead in the count here. Doesn't have to throw a strike on this 0-2 pitch. See what he does here. Runners at first and second, one out. The pitch, well outside, and a great block by Gray Jones. He tried to really snap that breaking pitch off and squeezed it a little too hard, and Gray Jones saved it and didn't allow the runners to move up. A ball and two strikes now. We'll do it again. The stretch from Lowry, the pitch. Up and away, ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. And now Lowry will go back to work, trying to get contact from Kason Mann here. A ground ball to third or a ground ball anywhere to the second or shortstop could be a double play. And there's a fly ball down the right field line that is curving foul. Nice diving attempt over there by the right fielder. That's Hudson Kuhn out there. Wasn't able to get there. It was a foul ball. And it'll remain a ball and 2 strikes. Or two balls, 2 strikes, I believe. Lowry into the stretch. 2-2 delivery. Down low, it's going to get away from Gray Jones. He blocked it, but it kicked the other direction. It was a breaking ball. And a lot of times when the breaking ball hits the dirt, it will spin the opposite direction that it was headed. And that's what happened. Gray Jones caught it off the heel of his glove with that funky spin. And it bounced over toward the third base side of the circle and allowed both runners to advance. And it's a full count. The payoff, outside ball 4. Good at bat from Kason Mann. He worked for that walk. And so that brings Camps up now with 1 out and the bases loaded. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away for Stratford. And Luke Lowry working here to keep him off the board. First pitch to Camps. Up high, ball 1. Lowry has a sign. The 1-0. Just a bit low. Gray Jones pulled that one up. He framed it pretty good. It made it look really good. Was just a little bit below the knees, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. Fly ball. That's fairly shallow right field. The catch is made. Here comes the throw to the plate. He's going to score, and Stratford takes a 5-4 lead on the sacrifice fly. The runner from second also advanced to third on the play as he tagged. So that puts runners at first and third, and Jet Johnson, the catcher and leadoff hitter, strides to the plate for Stratford. Runners on the corners. It's now 5-4 Stratford. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Lowry stands on. He has his sign. First pitch to Johnson. Breaking pitch for a strike. A good one. Again, runners at the corners. 2 away. Throw over to first just to chase that guy back, not let him get too big of a lead. The pitch bounced up there, 4-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 strike. Nope. Sorry. The umpire kind of came back. I thought that right arm was going to go out. It did not. That one stayed off the plate, just off the plate outside. 2 balls and a strike. That one's ripped up the middle. That's going to drive home a run. Good piece of hitting from Johnson right there for the RBI single. That makes it 6-4 Stratford, as they answer the 4-run third from Brookstone with a pair here. And Bobby Wooten at the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Jet Johnson now 2 for 3. Runners at first and second. The pitch. Takes the breaking pitch off the outside part of the plate for ball 1. Wooten singled and scored back in the first, flew out to center field in the third. The pitch. Down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Lowry with the sign. The 2-0 pitch. Strike 1 call. And like Thrift and I talked about back in the first inning, the umpire is consistent. You don't mind. And he has consistently called that high side of the zone strike today for both teams. The 2-1. No. Ball 4 bounced up there. Gray Jones with another block. And it's 3-1. These 2 pitchers in this game kind of on a seesaw. One inning they're up and doing what they're supposed to, and the next inning they're on the downslope, having a little bit of trouble. The 3-1. Off the bat, off the knob of the bat. And nobody's going to be able to retire Wooten. That literally, folks, came off the knob end of the bat on a check swing and into fair territory and into a absolutely perfect spot in the infield. About I don't know, maybe a little over a third of the way to the left of the mound, to the pitcher's left, to his glove side, and a high bounce. Second baseman was playing deep. There was no way he was going to get there. The first baseman had to cover the bag, and Luke Lowry did everything he could to get to it and just couldn't make the play in time to make a throw. So it'll be another base hit for Wooten. He's now 2 for 3 as well, and that loads the bases for Stratford, with Brooks Stella at the plate. He walked in the first inning and scored, and there's a swing and a miss. He popped to second in the third. 2 outs for Brookstone. They need an out here in the worst way. The pitch ripped, and that's going to get into right field. 1 run is in. Here comes another one to the plate. Here's the throw up the line, and that's going to be a 2-run single for Stella. And he'll go down to second on the throw, and there will be runners at second and third. So a pair of RBIs for Stella. And another 4-run inning for one of these teams, as it's now 8-4 Stratford. Jackson Justice, the 9th hitter of the inning. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Two outs, runners at second and third. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good pitch from Lowry there. Wind starts to pick up, blowing out toward right center field. The 0-2 pitch up high and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Justice, 2-run single in the first. The pitch, bouncing ball, hit to Neal. Fields, throws, got him. And that'll end the inning. But not before. Stratford puts up 4 runs. On 1, 2, 3 hits. 4 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. It is now 8-4 Stratford. We'll be back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live in just a moment.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Back here at Brookstone, A.L. just field, and Brookstone will try to answer a second 4-run inning of the game for Stratford. They scored 4 in the first. They scored 4 again here in the top of the fourth. Brookstone answered with 4 in the third. And the same guy that led off to start that rally is back at the plate now. And he hits one up the middle. It's going to be fielded by the second baseman. The throw is a good one. And he's out. That was Dylan Johnson, by the way. Excuse me, no, that was Jake Griffin, by the way. And there's one away, and that brings up the top of the order in Gray Jones. Jones is 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored in the game. High bouncer. It's going to get by the third baseman and down the left field line. Jones is going to wide turn at first, but he's going to hold there with a single. So another one of those high bounding balls. Must be some hard pan out there in front of the plate. And the courtesy runner, Kite Wilson, will be back in for Gray Jones as he is now 2 for 2 in the game with a walk. Been on base all 3 times. And Brennan Neal back at the plate. Neal was a victim of a strikeout looking in the first inning and was hit by a pitch in the third. And he takes ball 1 well outside. Brookstone trying to answer that 4-run top of the 4th inning. Camps into the stretch. The pitch. Up and away, ball 2. 2-0 to Brennan Neal. The 2-0 pitch, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Runner at first base. The pitch to Neal. Hit him again. Second straight hit by a pitch, and actually the third straight at bat, he was hit by a pitch. The umpire ruled that he had to stay in the box in the first inning, ruled that he stuck his arm out. Depending on where you were sitting, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But at any rate, that's the third ball he's been hit by in the same arm. And now there are runners at first and second. And I don't think by any means on a 3-0 pitch, Camps was trying to throw at Brennan Neal. I think that one just got away from him. I think every one of those just got away from him. He was trying to come inside and left it a little too far inside. And now Jake Lowry, the third baseman, will stand in. Jake Lowry on the day has an RBI ground out and a strikeout. He's 0 for 2 in the game. First pitch to him at the knees for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch fouled off. The net caught that one before it got out to the parking lot. Chris, I really hope I parked far enough away that I don't get hit by a foul ball out there. I think I did, but, you know, you never know. This game of baseball. It's 0-2 to Jake Lowry. Runners at first and second. The pitch. Going to get by the catcher. That's a pass ball. And that's ball 1. I don't know if the catcher just took his eye off that or what, but it tipped off the end of his mitt. It was a very catchable pitch, not too far away from him. So the runners move up. The 1-2 pitch off the outside corner. A good spot for Camps there. He hit the mitt, but the mitt was set up off the plate outside. It was a good pitch in that count, but he didn't want to come over the plate. And it's ball 2. The 2-2 delivery, fouled straight back. Stays at 2-2. Camps. The stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. And I believe Jake Lowry knew it. At the knees on the inside corner. Really well located pitch, and that's the second out. And so with runners at second and third, Harrison Baker will come to the plate. Baker is officially 0 for 0 at the plate today. He walked in the first inning and was hit by a pitch in the third. And here's a drive out to left field. It's going to stay up, though, and the left fielder is going to get under it and make the play. Kind of caught that one off the end of the bat. He was a little bit out in front. Got it out near the end of the bat. And that'll do it for Brookstone. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. And 2 runners left on base. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. It's 8-4 Stratford. We'll be back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet.
Truck Month is now at Glenn Smith in Opelika. We've got fresh new Silverado 1500s and 2500 HDs arriving daily. Plus, you'll get 0% financing on Silverado 1500s right now. Drive Chevy Equinox models from 3.9 financing. But wait, that's not all.
Enjoy no payments for 90 days.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Back here at Brookstone, A. Ilges Field, 8-4 Stratford. We go to the 5th inning, and we've got some defensive changes to tell you about for the Cougars of Brookstone. Moving from second base to the mound is Mitchum Kelly. Moving from first base to second base is Luke Vale. And moving from the mound over to first base is Luke Lowry. So just some shuffle around the infield. And the first pitch from Mitchum Kelly. Hit hard into right field. And caught. Ambushed a fastball. But it is the first out of the inning. And
now batting number 8, Tate Johnston.
And now it looks like we might have a lightning delay. So we're going to stop action here with 1 out in the 5th inning. And we'll just go away for a little while because it's going to be a minimum of 30 minutes before we can come back, as lightning was close enough to the ballpark here to stop play. So we just talked about the clouds gathering. Haven't heard any thunder, didn't see any lightning flashes. But when that lightning meter goes off, the trainer has to do his due diligence, and he clears the field here. So we'll come back just as soon as we can here to A. Ilges Field and try to get this game 1 of this series back underway on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back again as soon as we can after this lightning delay. And welcome back to Brookstone here in Columbus. The lightning delay is over. Thankfully, the clouds have moved on. We got no precipitation during that break, and the lightning has moved out of the area, and we're going to resume play here. 1 out in the top of the 5th inning, and Tate Johnston at the plate for Stratford. Mitchum Kelly returns to the mound. It's 8-4 Stratford, and he delivers strike 1 to Tate Johnston. Tucker Johnston started this inning with a fly out, and that was at least 30 minutes ago. The 0-1 from Kelly, strike 2. Kelly in relief of Luke Lowry. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball, strike 3. 2 away, and that brings up Colton Whittington, the third baseman for Stratford. Hits from the left side. And Whittington is 1 for 2 on today's game with a run scored. The first pitch fouled off at the plate. Mitchum Kelly pumping strikes out of that lightning delay. And I like it, for one. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Breaking pitch stays out of the zone. Almost was able to still drop that one in there, but it curved around the plate. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes now. One ball, 2 strikes to Colton Whittington. Still a breeze blowing. It's a lot more comfortable than it was when we started this game. And the 1-2 pitch, breaking pitch, high fly ball out to right center field. And the center fielder, Jake Griffin, calls it, hauls it in, and that's it for the top of the 5th for Stratford. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It took a long time, but we finished the top of the 5th, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. 8-4 Stratford. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Back here at Brookstone, Luke Lowry comes to the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brookstone trails at 8-4. Camps still on the mound for Stratford, and he delivers ball 1 low to Lowry. Lowry in the game is 0 for 1 with a bases loaded walk back in the 3rd inning. Hits it hard to third base. Fielded, the throw across, a strong one. And there's one away.
Now batting number 21, Luke Vale.
Luke Vale now comes to the plate. Vale was hit by a pitch. Was that what I think it was? Vale was hit by a pitch and drove in a run back in the 3rd. He takes strike 1 at the knees on the outside corner. He is 0 for 1 officially in the game with a ground out in the 2nd inning. The 0-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. And thunder rolls. And I'm not talking about the Garth Brooks song. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luke Vale. The pitch. Outside, 2-2. Camps with the 2-2 delivery. Ground ball out to shortstop. Wooten has that one go off his glove. And out into very shallow center field. And now we have another lightning delay. And we saw it, we heard it, and we're going to restart it. So, just after the error, and now we're going to have to make a decision here. It is 7:09 here at Brookstone. According to the radar, there is another cell headed this way. And it does not look good coming from the west, or the southwest actually, moving northeast. And we'll get a decision here on what's going to happen and see what they say. Now we know that it's at least 30 minutes from now before we can play again. And that was a pretty strong lightning bolt way out beyond center field, but within the distance. So they're going to get the coaches together and they're going to decide what to do. There's a strong possibility they could go ahead and call this game now and pick up here tomorrow. We're gonna hang around until we find out what time, if they do that, and what the plans are. We're gonna see if they're gonna try to wait it out tonight or if they're gonna go ahead and call things. Now the coaches are going ahead and getting some tarps, getting ready to cover the mound and the plate. It looks like, most likely, they're just going to go ahead and call things here tonight. And you can feel the wind picking up. And a little cooler temperature coming from that wind. That usually indicates that there is a rain cloud coming. And they are putting the tarps out here. The umpires, Brookstone Athletic Director, both head coaches, having a meeting over near first base. And we're going to try to get the result of that meeting as soon as we can. That's another one of those things, one of those disadvantages of Brookstone not having lights. And it's getting dark. And with the cloudy weather, it'll get darker faster here this evening. Forecast not great for tomorrow either, not going to lie to you. We're just going to have to see what happens here. Looks like a decision's been made. Now we got to get our information here, figure out what's going on. The Brookstone players now out assisting and getting everything covered. Brookstone does not have a full infield tarp. They have tarps for the mound and plate area. We're hoping to get the decision on times as soon as we can before we leave the air here. Stratford, they're in Macon, about 90 miles away, so an hour and a half drive or so, but that it could be worse. It could be a team from the Savannah area over here. Ask him what time. Chris Gates, our producer, is going to go check with the Brookstone athletic director and see what time they're going to shoot for tomorrow. The decision has been made to call everything here tonight, as there is another cell headed this way that will be here fairly quickly, and this lightning delay will probably not give time to finish anything after this lightning delay is over. And with that cell approaching, it's a good decision. The only thing we got to find out is about what time we're looking at tomorrow so we can announce that to everybody. And we'll complete this game. This will be a suspended game that we will complete tomorrow. And then we'll play game 2 of the series immediately following that. And again, have to add in here, that's weather providing, or weather permitting. Because the way it looks, the forecast at this moment is not great for tomorrow either. We do have a long weekend, but this is probably not how everybody would want to spend that long weekend. Although there are not too many better ways than spending a long weekend at a ballpark. There are, however, a few. Chris Gates on his way back. Okay, so the decision has been made. We're going to resume this game with 1 out, a 1-2 count on the hitter. In the bottom of the 5th inning, there's a runner at first base. Should be. So that looks like it's going to take place at 1 o'clock tomorrow, the continuation of this game, again, weather permitting. We don't know how much rain's going to fall. We don't know how this system's going to move. We don't know if it'll play itself out and not dump as much rain as might be being called for. But we do know that we're going to see what happens. And if we can, we're going to be here at 1 o'clock tomorrow, and we're going to pick this one up in the bottom of the 5th inning. So thank you for joining us on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live. So we will play at 1 p.m. tomorrow. We'll pick up this suspended game, and then we'll play game 2 as long as the weather allows us to. Tomorrow, right back here. Join us here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Middle Georgia Sports Live for that. And for now, we're going to say good night, and we're going to be optimistic and say we're going to see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Thanks for joining us, everybody.